Hi, I want to come to you with a genuine conversation uh, from my real life experience. I did not prep this at all. I don't know what's going to happen or how long this is going to be, but I know I'm probably going to cry. But I realized I wanted to be authentic and genuine with you because this is what I'm going through, how I'm feeling, and all of it in between. Most of us in our lives, we love people. And it's normally the first few relationships that we use, not in a bad way, but that give us the knowledge on what we typically want. These are relationships through high school and early in college, and maybe early in our adult lives for some people. And then you finally figure out who you're looking for and you find that person. But sometimes it doesn't always work out. I'm a very sentimental person. Not only do I get attached to my items, my objects, I get attached to people a lot. I was stuck on somebody for 5 years of my life, and it took a lot to get over her. A lot. I learned in some unique way how to let her go, but I unfortunately caused a lot of pain along the way. I hurt so many people that I loved and cared about because I couldn't seem to figure out this one thing in my life. But now I find myself a year later in a similar situation where I have to let somebody go. I broke up with somebody last year, not because I wanted to. No part of me wanted to. I simply didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to string her along in my uncertainty and not genuinely knowing myself and how to present myself fully in every single moment. I was scared that I was going to be too much, that the pain that I was dealing with would would leak over into us. And yeah, our relationship had a few faults. We didn't know how to communicate very effectively, and I didn't exactly know how to communicate my needs because I didn't exactly know them at the time. And yet I knew I didn't want to leave, but I didn't know what else to do. Back in March, after about 5 months, I wanted her again. But at that point, I knew that wasn't necessarily possible because I knew how hurt she was just based off the people who still know her and knowing her. I knew I couldn't do that. I I couldn't simply come back to her and say, "Hey, I'm back," because I'd already broken up with her once, and I didn't truly learn what I needed to learn. I didn't take the time to figure it out once we got back together. And I decided I needed to do something about it. That I wasn't going to sit there and just wallow in my sadness. I was going to do something about it. So I spent 3 months figuring it out. I I decided that if I wanted to get it right, I had to do something about it. And and so I created this action plan. It's called my 13 actions of love that I practice every day on a consistent basis. I haven't missed a single one in 6 months. I Let me see if I can remember them off the top of my head. But I do a morning practice where it's in theory somebody. It's where I give gratitude. It's a pillow. I use a pillow and just hug it as if it was somebody and just give this gratitude away out to love. Uh, Thank you for being here and loving me, even though I'm not perfect. And then reaffirming love. And I have this little book that I read, like a little excerpt about love, and just have a conversation. And I know nobody's listening. Nobody hears it yet. Then I journal to her and just tell her about my day. How I'm feeling, what I'm doing. Um, I do listening. Uh, I listen to podcasts every day, and so I listen to an episode of Modern Love by the New York Times every day, and I just take away a little bit about love every day, so I know a little bit more. Uh, I do Slays of the Day. I text my friends. They don't ever text me back, but I just say "Oh my goodness, this is what slayed today." It's so silly. Uh, then it's called LG3, LG30. So an action of love. So it's I do something every day, no matter how I'm feeling, to show love. So I started collecting flowers from my travels this year, and I have all these little travels that I put in baseball card holders. I have this origami bird. I make a playlist and refine it. Just silly little things that I just cultivate love every day. Uh, a G is for gratitude. Just a piece of gratitude. Um, just giving thanks for either a moment we shared or a potential moment that could be shared. And then 30, and this goes to affirmation. So I am 100% committed to loving my future wife every single day, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. I'm 100% committed to one action of love, a note of gratitude, and spending 30 minutes within our life goals each and every day. There is no other option. Also, an affirmation and visualization I do every single day. Just affirm that whoever is out there, I love. I have this little pebble, uh, this little blue pebble. It was found in the creek one day. Just take a picture of it every day, wherever I'm at, and try to do the cool scenarios. I just have like a folder of 200 pictures on my phone of just like this little pebble. It's so insignificant, but I've taken that with me, almost comes with me everywhere. And we went to New Zealand and Europe and Hawaii. We've been around. Oh wait, never mind. We didn't go to Hawaii. We went to New York. That's probably when that blue pebble appeared. I pray every day just for betterment and safety and love and guidance for I do this weird thing where I twirl. It it's just like something silly, but I just like pretend like I'm spinning her, just just a little bit. Oh, what else? It's letters for her. So I have this voice memo on my phone that I just record an audio video, an hour of audio from my day every single day, and I just talk to whoever her is. Her's Malibu now, which Malibu is like the embodiment of my future wife and my future love. I just have a conversation with how I'm feeling, what's on my mind. I know there's a few more, but I know lastly one of the most there's ideas, so I just like write down an idea for love, like maybe it's date ideas, maybe it's like a game plan, or just kind of like, oh, this is actually something you could do to make a relationship better. It just depends. And then lastly, the most important is my nightly heart practice. So the first heart is a moment of laughter, just something funny that happened in the day, just a smile before bed, then reaffirming that love, and then pillow talk, just like whatever's on my mind and whatever I want to talk about. Maybe it's like how I'm feeling about love or whatever is going on in my life. Having that conversation, and that was my solution. I wish I had that at the time. Really wish I knew. I knew that. But I didn't. And that's the hard thing about life is you only grow from your mistakes. It's really hard to grow from wins because you did it right. And I just messed up pretty bad. And I'm so thankful with myself for actually doing something about it. I also read a book on communication because we struggled with communication, and I want to figure out how to actually communicate problems and struggles. I read an entire book on betrayal. I, I betrayed her, and I wanted to know how to fix that because I knew I couldn't show up saying, hey, here I am. But all of that is how I've spent my time since March. 8 months of my life becoming the person who I wanted to be. I didn't want to leave, but I knew I couldn't stay. And in all this time, my love has only grown, and my appreciation has only gotten stronger. But yet, I have to let her go. I found out last night. Maybe I shouldn't have done some snooping, but you know, I'm sure you can imply that it's somebody. She's found somebody. And I am by no means resentful. I have no ill will towards a new person in her life. Nothing at all. And I'm happy for her. Looks cool. And I really do hope he can take care of her. In the places I just didn't know how to show up yet. And I guess what's hard about letting people go sometimes is you I'm not necessarily going to ever get to show her who I've become. And I think that's the hard part. Is how I've spent all this time, hundreds of hours. I don't get to show her. I have to be okay with that. I have to be okay with the journey. That everything I learned just to know how to love. I had my chance, made my mistakes, but I learned I have to let her go. It's hard. And there's no easy or right way to do it. There's no answer on how to let somebody go that you love. I'm just gonna be pretty sad for a minute. I know that. I'm fully aware, and I don't expect myself to be okay for a second. But that's okay, because I know that. And I learned so much during our years together, and I grew so much. And I wouldn't be here in this healthier spot if it wasn't for her. Letting go of somebody you love, they won't ever go away. You have to be okay with that. I'm probably gonna think about her for years, almost daily, because I know that about myself. Because I love and care for her so much. I just have to trust. that she's in good hands. And that the goal is never exactly to show her me who I am, but to learn how to love. I don't know how your journey is going to be or your circumstance you're in. Just be okay with however you feel and do anything you need in a healthy manner. I'm not going to reach out at all, and I don't think you should do if they're with somebody. Because if you still love them, you want the best for them. And maybe one day our paths will cross and we're in better spots. Maybe they won't. I don't know. I have to be okay with appreciation, and that can be enough. I trust that you can let go, and I believe in you, whoever you are. Just know it's not easy. My story is going to be different from yours, and that's okay. Well, if there's anything I can do to help you, just know you're not alone. We're in this together. Even if it's years down the line you're viewing this, as the ones where you are.